I so value myself.
I value myself. I'm still upset because the other people are not here. I don't know, you know, what they think of themselves, but I wish they were here because it's very awkward for me.
Yeah,
just to be here alone.
I hear you. We had like 7 people last week by the end of it, so that was nice. So you just never know.
Yeah, you never. I just got it off my chest.
Get it off your chest. I hear you. It's totally valid. And it's fine. It's fine. We can all feel awkward. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I prepare a class. I want people to come, you know? Jeez.
Et tu, Brute?
Yeah. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Oh, look, Hannah's here. Hi, Hannah.
Stay here. Don't go away. What? Stay here.
Okay. Don't move.
Stay.
Hannah, can you hear me? Yay. Thanks, darling. Hannah's here. FYI.
I just bought a good coffee.
I have something incredible to share today. Incredible. So excited to share. Ow! It's burgundy.
Judy, you need to join us.
I can't make myself do that.
I'm coming over with my
feel so weird.
It's so satisfying.
It's, you know what? Yeah, I think that, you know, like having nice shaped nails is, I guess, satisfying. But I don't know.
It's the color. And it's just,
yeah, one of my
and it's strong.
friends,
the gel makes it strong, and it doesn't get chipped. It's a new, I never used to do my nails until gel was created.
Yeah.
And now that they have it, it's just, there's no reason not to.
I just want to say something silly.
We're talking about gel.
A very interesting podcast. This woman, her name is Natasha Housdorf. She was advocating for Israel at the Oxford Union debate.
Yeah.
And all I noticed were her beautiful nails, and I went and got the color.
she's not Jewish.
Wow. God bless her.
I'm talking about her nails.
No, I'm just saying that the way
she was good. She's good.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Really.
Yafe.
Intelligent and knowledgeable.
Yeah.
And mamish.
Oxford is a hotbed of anti-Semitism. That's just, and I went to school there.
Yeah.
I went to Oxford.
Lived on campus.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. I think we should start. It's 10:10.
Let's start.
And this is a great thing what I have to share. So it's really worth doing.
Special people.
I guess my thinking is like, why, like, I'm just wondering if I could do a Facebook Live. Like, why not? Is it okay if I do a Facebook Live, Judy? Judy, can I do Facebook Live?
I don't know. I don't know anything about Facebook except when Shlomo comes live, I put it on.
I'm just going to do it because chaval that people aren't here. I'm going to do the first part of this class on Facebook Live, and then the rest of it I'll do not on Facebook Live. Because like it's chaval for me to prepare it, and then the people not.
Yes, I know. Hannah, do you know about computers? Well, she's talking, but I can't hear her because she's muted.
Not about Facebook.
And
Hannah, thanks for your patience. Okay.
wrong with me that people are not.
What? Not you.
Yeah,
Don't
but
go there.
something.
Don't go there.
Something has to.
Don't go there, Judy. Not worth it. Not worth your precious sense of Yeshuv Dali. We're putting this on Facebook.
Now you're ready. Now everybody, all the
It's like war
herds,
paint.
the hordes are supposed to be coming. So you figured it out?
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
For you. Wow. I'm so proud of you, Kim.
Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Ain't nothing gonna hold me down. Oh no, got to keep on moving. Ain't nothing gonna. Okay. Almost there, folks. Almost there. What are these noises?
Somebody here?
But your
The
friend
guides are
upstairs.
coming. Ah, maybe they'll join.
Ah!
They just don't speak English. They just don't speak English.
Look at them.
He's a good looker too.
Oh, hi.
Uh,
Booker Tov, Shavua Tov.
He almost did that.
Guys hungry?
Fruit,
Huh?
maybe some fruit. You have something?
Banana or apple?
Yeah, maybe we'll take it out. I got the cake, but they're in the car.
You want to get something from that one?
No, no, the bank.
Okay, Judy, we're going to start.
yeah, I told you to stay to listen.
You tried. You tried.
Yeah. I was on my way to Google. Maybe we can find that.
They're not allowed to have internet.
Oh, good boys. Okay, Judy, we're waiting for you. Because I don't want you to miss this. Ribbono shalom, ribbono shalom, shalom, ribbono shalom. Shimon bar Yochai, Shimon, Rabbi Shimon, Rabbi Shimon, Rabbi Shimon, Shimon, Rabbi Shimon, Shimon, Shimon. Ribbono shalom, Ribbono shalom, Ribbono shalom, shalom. פותח את ידיך ומשביע לכוחי רצון. רצון. פותח את ידיך משביע לכוחי רצון. לכוחי רצון. רבי שמעון, רבי שמעון, רבי שמעון, רבי שמעון, רבי Judy, should I start without you? They were doing a Meiser. Maybe they were doing Meiser, taking Meiser.
I have a feeling that they're not.
I think they just took Meiser on your stuff.
You do?
Yeah. Judy!
You know what I like about her? That she's got so much to do, but she's a very manana. You know, like she can, like now,
Yeah.
I'd be schwitzing.
Okay. Judy, I really can't start without you. She probably can't hear me. She can't even hear me.
Manana.
Okay. Okay, well, because Khan is like, so, okay, here you are. Get over here.
Yeah, Judy!
Okay, okay,
We have to take Meister from the fruit because they want to eat it.
that's
Oh,
nice.
Okay.
Nice, it's nicer with nicer. Okay, this is actually very serious stuff we're doing today. Okay. Here we are at Shavach in the heart of Jerusalem, ready to learn some incredible Torah today. I want to start off our class by sharing something that's really opening up my heart, kind of blowing my mind. And I'm curious to hear your experience and your thoughts about it. So I heard this from Rabbi Ephraim Palvanov, who is a rabbi in Canada, who is really amassing incredible teachings about what is happening in our world today, using the mystical sources to sort of create a guidebook for us. So, and I recommend it. I'll put a link in here later to the class that I heard of his, and I'm going to be giving over in a shortened form right now. So please God, I should just say a disclaimer that I have not read. This is going to be based on the Zohar. I've not read the Zohar from the inside in the Aramaic. I'm sorry. So we're going to be relying on his very fine translation of it and interpretation of it. But I think it's quite compelling. So we're going to get into the Zohar 212b is where it's located. But we have to get up with a Torah source. So we're going to go back to a prophecy from Bil'am. If you remember Bil'am, who goes and he blesses the tents of Yaakov, and it's supposed to be a curse, but it turns into a blessing. And if you go into what he said, this is Numbers 24:17. This is Bilam's prophecy. And he says, "What I see for Israel is not yet. What I behold will not soon be seen." Okay, so he is in full-on prophetic zone. A star rises from Jacob. Darach Kochav Meyakov. So Darach Kochav is not just a star. It's Darach, meaning it's like it's on its derech. It's on its way. It's a moving star, otherwise known as a comet. A comet from Yaakov. He opens up with this image and this idea and this symbol or this vision. A scepter comes forth from Israel. It smashes the brow of Moab. Moab, of course, is the Jordan area. The foundation of all the children of Shet, of Seth. Edom becomes a possession. Seir, a possession of its enemies. Each of the Edom, Seir, this is representative of Western civilization, of Rome. There's a lot built into this, but Edom becomes a possession. But Israel is triumphant. A victor issues from Jacob to wipe out what's left of it. He saw Amalek, and taking up his theme and his message, he said, a leading nation is Amalek, but its fate is to perish forever. And of course, we know that Amalek is the archetypal enemy of Israel and of goodness. Tov. So that is this sort of, mystic remez, this mystic encoding of a prophecy from thousands of years ago in the Torah. Mazel tov. Fast forward to the Zohar, and the Zohar, of course, is the understanding is that it's from Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, 2nd century, but of course doesn't get published until 1290. So we're fast forwarding either way, to the 2nd century, let's say, or beyond. The star, referring to Kochav Yaakov, will be seen on the 6th day. So that's a Friday, the 6th day. On the 25th day of the 6th month. The 6th month is Elul, the 25th day of Elul. Tough. So they're setting a stage of there's a very precise date here. That date, if we look at it this year, was September 27th. And if you can start your mind thinking about what was going on September 27th. I'll continue with the Zohar. It will be gathered on the 7th day at the end of 70 days, but on the 1st day, it will be seen in a city of Rome. On that day, 3 high structures of that city of Rome will fall, and a great edifice will fall. The ruler of that city will die. So what is this referring to? So if we look at the September 27th of this past year in Beirut, and by the way, Beirut at the time of Shimon Bar Yochai was the regional Roman capital, the administrative capital of the Roman Empire in the region at that time was Beirut. So at that time, when we hear Beirut today, we just think, of Arabs, Muslim, but at that time, it was a city of Rome. It was the city of Rome. And the ruler of that city will die. So if you remember, on September 27th, by the way, there was a comet on September 27th. The comet A3, at its closest to Earth, a comet takes time. It moves through the sky and the atmosphere. You see it over Earth, was on the 27th of September. And on that day in Beirut was killed Nasrallah. Remember Nasrallah?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, and not only that, but if you look at the headlines of Nasrallah's death, it says that Israeli planes attacked 3 buildings. And he was underneath the bunkers underneath these 3 massive edifices in Beirut. And remember, they pulled his body out of the rubble, right? So this, when it comes to prophetic teachings, for me, it's like rugelach. It's like, I really want some rugelach, but probably not so good for me. So usually I don't really get so involved when I hear these prophetic things, but sometimes you just gotta listen up. And I feel like what's coming through with this is just so unusually precise when it comes to, we have dates here and we have details here that feel out of the ordinary. And so I feel like it's worth taking notice, but that's not the end. So we have the comet on the day of the September 27th, on the day that Nasrallah is killed, but it keeps going. The ruler of that city will die. Then this star will spread out to be seen in the rest of the world. In that time, great wars will stir around the 4 corners of the world, and no faith will be found among the world's peoples. Well, that certainly resonates when you think about how incredibly faithless the world is right now as they're watching Israel with so much criticism. Tov. So that's the first part. Number 2, on the day that the star will be hidden, the Holy Land will tremble for 45 miles around the place of the Holy Temple, revealing an underground cave. From this cave will come a blazing fire to burn the world. From this cave, a great branch will grow out and will rule over the whole world, and to it will be given the kingdom. The holy beings will gather to it. Mashiach will be revealed to the entire world. Okay, so we're getting into deep Jewish, mystical, messianic language here. And what can be said about that is this is talking when the 70 days, remember there was a reference at the beginning to at the end of 70 days. So there's a period of time that started on September 27th for 70 days. So if you look at the calendar, 70 days after September 27th is December 6th. And of course, we all know that by December 8th, the Assad regime has fallen. If you look at the timeline of what's happening in Syria, up till December 2nd to December 4th, the Syrian army is actually battling the rebels pretty successfully, and Russia's helping them still. And you didn't know which way this war was going to go up till the 4th. On December 6th, there was a meeting of diplomats from the Arab countries. They met in not just Arab countries, but they met in Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Turkey, Iran, and Russia and Qatar had a meeting on December 6th. My guess is at which point Russia said, we're out, we're not supporting this anymore, like let him go, because that is a real day when there was this seismic shift in how this war was going to play out. So, and then by the 8th, we have a new regime already in place. So when it talks about the earth trembling, it's clearly this seismic event that's just on such a humongous level. It spreads out for miles. And then not only that, but it's seen in the whole world. So there's this revelation that's being seen in the whole world of this real ancient Jewish idea of a messianic branch coming forth out of Israel. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts. Connection's not good. I'll read the last part. In the middle of
You don't want that to be recorded, the last part?
no, I mean this is still going, but my phone wasn't working so well. So the last part is in the middle of the world. Sorry. When that star will shine in the middle of the firmament, a great king will arise and rule the world, and his spirit will gain pride over all the kings. He will be prideful, and he will awaken a war between both sides, and he will become strong against them. So what happened exactly in the middle of that 70-day period of time was the election of Trump.
Yeah,
Exactly in the middle of that, early November.
This is like beyond.
It's beyond. And, say what you will about Trump, but he is prideful. And he, the minute he was elected, this region started to tremble with fear of his strength and what he was going to do. And that, I think, is a very, that's another incredible piece to this prophecy in the Zohar. So I just wanted to share this because I think we all have this sense of something extraordinary is going on and we're part of it and we're living through it. And this for me just takes it to a whole other level of like, let's take this seriously. These are destined, preordained times that we're living in. And when we really, I don't know, for me, when I really enter the mind space of, this is messianic movement that's happening, then I take my avoda more seriously. I just, there's a certain tenor to life that you get when you're living it with the seriousness of the grounding in our sources. And so I bless us to really grok and like our chokhmah, like should just really absorb this Zohar and absorb these incredible times and then express out of that. So when it comes to our work in this class of writing and expression, like the more we can absorb into our minds what's going on here, the better that will sculpt what it is that we're giving expression to for ourselves personally and nationally. So that's my kavanah for our class today. Any comments or questions?
By the way, this words on their way to Harabaya.
Oh my God, are you kidding?
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. We just had some gentlemen here on their way to Harabite. Well, right. So that's the other part about this is it talks about this cave. The place of there will be this cave revealed under the holy temple, around the holy temple, and they'll come out this fire from this cave. And so there are, we know, cave systems underneath the temple that they even think that maybe the Mishkan is down there. And who knows? We don't know. We'll see, I guess. Well, also, I'll say this, the continuation of the class talks about Damascus and how powerful Damascus is. And if you look at the word in Hebrew for Damascus, and Damascus is talked about in the Torah. It's referenced several times in the Torah. It's like this is an ancient, powerful city. And the word for it is Demeshek, Daled Mem Shin Kuf, which is the same letters as Mikdash or Mikadesh, the holy place. It's 444 is the gematria. And there's just, he brings a lot of sources about what Damascus is and how there's something really powerful about it. I'm not going to be able to get into that right now, but if you want to listen to the class, I recommend it. Yeah.
It's too overwhelming for
Yeah.
me to even comment on anything. It's active.
Right.
It's too much.
It is kind of too much. I get that. Yeah. Yeah, it is kind of too much. But God help us. And God is helping us.
Yes. It's
God helps us.
So exciting. And
Exciting.
just like bursting with I don't know what to do. It's and to be a part of this, unbelievable. Yeah. What a spus. What a spus.
Okay. So let's take a moment. Yeah.
It's going to be
all good. Yeah.
real good and short.
You know, God has a lot of time on his hands. We feel very impatient, but God's like, he's on a different time schedule.
Yes.
You know,
It's true. I have to say, I was in Hebron for Shabbos.
Oh wow.
And and my daughter was showing me these new places to live in Hebron. A bunch like a quote on, I don't know, like Ki'ilu, an apartment complex, but it's not, of Arab houses that now Yidden are living in. Mamish. Before, when you were going toward Marat Hamakpela, you turn right, and this is immediately to the left. There's a whole bunch of unbelievable spaces. Like you have to kind of crawl through and this and that, and people are already living there. And just very recently, and expanding, and that used to be the Jewish area of Hebron. I mean, all that, around Abraham Avinu, there's like in 1530, I don't know, something like that, is when the Abraham Avinu shul was built, and it's still there. And around there, that area was, and since then is a Jewish settlement. And world, get to know that we're there. We are here. And adventurous folks live over there. Courageous, super courageous young men. Oh my God. Difficult. Okay, sorry to interrupt. That wasn't an interruption. It's perfect. I just feel so enthused. You were there. God, you were just right there. Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, I'm gonna transition now over to our content for the day because it's kind of gewalt.
as well. So we were talking before, we're still in the month of Kislev and in the month of dreams. And so we want to be accessing the power of that. And I'm going to read a couple of sources that I feel like are really powerful. So we started this, usually always in Kislev or next to Kislev is the entire, the sequence of stories about Yaakov and his dreams. And really starting with the dream of the ladder. And so the Torah content of the entire month of Kislev is first Yaakov's dream experiences and then transitions into Yosef. So you just like, this is dream central when it comes to the Torah's content about dreams. It all is read during the month of Kislev. And like, 90% of what's in the Torah about dreams is read during the month of Kislev. And it's Yaakov and it's Yosef, mostly. So let's go back to the idea of the Jacob's ladder. That's kind of, it becomes our opening image of what dreaming is about, is this ladder access point that we have up to Shemayim. I'll start with Maimonides, a guide for the perplexed. And behold, God stood erect on the ladder. That is to say, says Maimonides, stably and constantly upon it, one end of which is in the heaven, the other is in the earth. Everyone who ascends does so climbing, anyone who ascends to higher places climbs this ladder, so that he necessarily apprehends God who is upon it, as God is stably and permanently on the ladder. And then the angels of God that are referenced in the Torah, going up and down, are the prophets who are going up and down, the holy individuals who are going up and down on this ladder. And he quotes, and he sent an angel, God sent an angel. How well put is this phrase, ascending and descending, where the ascent comes before the descent. For after the ascent, going up, and the attaining of certain rungs of knowledge of the ladder that may be known, then comes a descent with whatever decree the prophet has received when they are up there, with a view to governing and teaching the people of the earth higher information that is needed down below. So this is the prophet's work. I would say anybody who's on a path of Avodat HaKodesh is to somehow learn how to ascend this ladder, to receive this higher wisdom, and then to be able to bring it down. And Maimonides continues, therefore, one ought not to pay attention to people who don't have the rational faculty or become perfect. You have to, if you're listening to people who are bringing down higher information, you have to really make sure that they're rational players and that they're mentally well. Blah, blah, blah. Right, that's important. That's a prerequisite if you're going to listen to somebody who's bringing down higher wisdom. So that's why I thought, like, I really looked into this guy Ephraim, who was doing Ephraim Palvanov. I asked around about him because I was like, do we want to trust this guy? Like, this is a big revelation that he's bringing out. And I checked him out. He's apparently very highly respected. He's a Baal Tshuva. He was a biologist, and this kind of a genius biologist who suddenly found out about Torah and, kind of dropped everything and started learning. And anyway, he's highly respected. So that's important. He's not, there's some Torah teachers who bring through really powerful stuff that I'm worried about their mental, rational faculties. Okay, I don't feel like I want to get into details about who worries me, but if you feel like you're relying on somebody who's bringing through like this kind of prophetic stuff, then, and if you want to ask me about them, I might have an opinion. Not that I'm the expert on this at all, but as a psychotherapist, I feel like we need to take their mental state into consideration as we listen to them, because there are certain people that I used to really listen to, and I'm like, wait, no. Okay, so we got to be careful. So he says the dream teaches man to attain an understanding of the divine and to reach the level of prophecy. So what I'm getting at here is where Maimonides very clearly says dreams do this for us. How do we do this? Sending the ladder. Dreams are the vehicle for this work. It's a very powerful part of our tradition that dreams have an uncommon ability to connect us to the heights in ways that nothing else really can. I think you can sit in meditation for like 2,000 hours to try to get to the level that we get every single night when we're dreaming. It's unbelievable, the levels that we're able to reach in a dream that are just amazing. So we want to mind that, and we want to take it seriously as we're doing our work, as we are in this Messianic era. We are in a Messianic era, so it's incumbent upon us to do our avodah. So I want to go back to the Sefer HaBahir.
I don't understand. Sorry, what do you mean Avodah?
I
know what you're talking
our
about.
avodah
To do what?
To be in touch with our soul.
Okay.
I would add to take seriously our dreaming, to take seriously our dream life and what we experience and learn there, and being disciplined about it, recording our dreams, thinking about them, trying to understand them, working with our dream world more.
Yeah, but for my good or for the good of everybody?
Gam
I'm
v'gam,
asking.
gam v'gam. Those are always going to be necessarily connected, but it's going to be for my good and for the good of everybody.
If it's for your good, it's for everybody's good.
Yeah, and if it's not for your good, it might not be for everybody's good, like, but like any work you're going to do with your dreams is just going to enrich you. Like, it's just going into your own psychic nourishment and vitamins, necessary vitamins for our soul. So this is where I want to switch over to a beautiful source from the Sefer HaBahir. The Sefer Bahir number 40. So if you know the Sefer Bahir, it's a trip. It's a very poetic little mystical book, understood to be the earliest mystical book in our tradition, written by Adam Rishon. Like, this is like deep mystic material that's hard to even understand because it's kind of cryptic. It's a lot of it is about it's about a conversation between students and their teacher, where the students ask the teacher about each letter of the alphabet, and also about the nikudot, and the teacher explains the mystical understanding of the letters and the nikudot of the Hebrew language. So that's the context. As we're sitting here, the context is students asking their teacher for wisdom. Okay, so his students asked him, what is the cholem? Okay.
What is?
The cholem. Okay, the cholem is the vowel point of the vav with the dot over the top.
Right.
It sounds like oh. Sha'alu talmidav mahu cholem. And he answered, Zeh haneshama shmo. Neshama shmo cholem. The name, it's the soul. The cholem represents the soul, and its name is cholem. Okay, she'im tishma tachlim gufcha la'atid lavo. Ve'im tamrud ba yashuvu halayim b'roshcha v'chalayim b'rosheha. Okay, what does that mean? He answered, it's the soul, and its name is cholem. If you listen to it, your body will be vigorous. The word for vigorous is connected to the same root as cholem, halam, as tachlim. You will be vigorous in body if you listen to your soul, and in the ultimate future. And then it says, if you rebel against it, then sicknesses, halaim, will rest on your head, and illness on her head. Okay, again, cryptic as can be, but he's basically saying that if we listen to our soul, then we'll be healthy and strong in body and spirit. And if we don't listen to our soul, then we will be sick, and we'll have sicknesses upon our head. Maybe that's physical sicknesses, maybe that's mental sicknesses. And then he says, every dream is in the cholem. Every chalom is in the cholem. As it's written, achlama. So again, he's accumulating all of these root words that have the chet lamed mem root to them. So we have chalam, which is about body vigor. Chalaim, which is about sicknesses. We have chalom, which is about all the dreams are inside of the cholem. And then he says, achlama, which is a reference to the stone that's in the breastplate. Some people say it's a an amethyst stone, which is understood to be the stone of dreaming. Every wise precious, and then he quotes, every wise precious stone is in the holem, from the breastplate. Tov. And Ibn Ezra, the Radak, the Sefer Shirashim, all footnote on the Achlama that this is called the Ein Igla, meaning a cat's eye, and it's a type of crystal, and it's a stone that's related to dreams.
What is this?
What is it?
Stone.
Achlama. Aleph,
you're
Het, Lamed,
still
Mem,
talking
Hey.
about
the stone.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is basically, okay, cryptic, poetic, evocative text from the Sefer HaBahir, which gives us a precedent for working just like we did in last week's session, where we worked with those roots around the Het Lamed Mem, and the roots around sickness and dreaming, strength, amethyst stone. And last week, as you'll remember, we talked about milchama, which also has the same root. So I came upon this text during the beginning of Corona, and it was so revelatory because the world was being gripped by a true illness. And I said, well, clearly we're not in touch with our souls, and that this illness is coming to help us to get in touch with our souls. And it shut down the world and forced us to sit with ourselves. I mean, obviously it created a lot of havoc and despair, but I do believe that just like the body, when we get sick, it's because the body is working mightily to align something better and higher for ourselves, and the body's helping us. Like when we get a fever, the fever is there to help us to fight off the bad. Like our sicknesses are there to help us ideally get aligned. And I think that that's a model as well for our wars, for our milchama. Like it's coming as an effort to align us more with a soul perspective. And the more that we can get in touch with the soul perspective, the more, we won't need the wars and we won't need the sicknesses, but we need to use these things in order to align us to our souls, to our neshama, as the Sefer HaBahir says.
Rav Kook also says that we need wars to turn things around.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Look at what our war currently. It started with October 7th, and now Syria has fallen and Hezbollah has been cleaned out in a way. We've just been sitting with all this accumulation of all this evil and garbage all around our borders that is now getting cleaned out, which would not have happened without a war. So it's been horrendous, but these are gifts from God also. Is there sugar in this, Judy?
No.
Awesome. Bro. That's great. Tov. So we go back to an appreciation of our dream material. And given that we are such a small group today, I want to check in with you guys as we're sitting with all of this and all this content, how we want to turn this into our writing. And because oftentimes the writing allows us to take these ideas, these huge ideas, and really let it filter through our own personal system and out our hand and out our pen and onto the page, allowing us to bring it all, just like the Rambam was talking about. You got to bring it all the way down. Writing allows us to be that ladder that brings the higher stuff all the way through into this physical world through the words on the page. So I want to talk together about how should we do that? I mean, I have certain ideas, but I want to hear do you guys have a sense of what would be helpful for you in terms of our writing? I was thinking that we would go in the direction of continuing our dream work like we did last week, but any thoughts?
Well, because what you just taught us from the Zohar and from Adon Harishon, it's so esoteric.
So esoteric.
I'm not going to be able to relate to that right now.
Mm-hmm.
I do have one particular dream that I've never forgotten.
Great.
Happened many years ago, so I could write that
Let's
and see
work.
if I could
Okay.
fit it into the theme of
Great. Let's do that. Okay.
something
So
with the
so
letter,
your vote is
right.
to work with a past dream,
Yeah.
a powerful past dream. Love it. What did you want? Judy.
I wish I could express in words my feelings inside, because it's like volcanoes. Many times I used to feel so sorry for Reb Shlomo Zatzal, because he had, I knew that he had volcanoes, that he had, you know, and he knew how to like compact it and channel it for reviving our neshamas.
Yeah, he had those latter rungs
unbelievable.
intact.
Sometimes I felt, he has this Schmendrix, sitting around, and but he knew that our neshamas were capable of receiving it. And that's why he kept going. He just kept giving us these pearls and undescribable gems. And he just saw that in each one of us. But like I'm choreographing dances to this.
I think words are like, you embody your higher wisdom in so many different ways of creative expression, through dance, through the communal work you do. I mean, and I think words are a little, maybe it's because you're not working in your mother tongue that you grew up with. I can't imagine trying to write in Hebrew. I wonder how much of that is connected to your own, being in a second language.
I'm sorry.
What's going on?
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't think I'm bilingual.
What?
Hi, are you bilingual?
Oh yeah, you're writing. I'm not bilingual.
Exactly, I am. So can you stop assuming? Like, it's a big assumption to make. That maybe it's an interesting thing to discuss. If for Judy it might be better in her mother language, and to assume that it automatically will be better in the mother language, I think is a little bit of a stretch.
Okay, I hear that. That's a good point. Yeah, I don't know what it's like to be bilingual. I'm clueless.
But
Thank you for speaking up.
I still feel, talking about bilingual, I still feel that I'm not getting English in the depths of it.
Yeah. Wow.
Really, but I'm not, I'm not as fluent in Hungarian either, but the soul part is not touching me. Like, I know that any like negative words or swear words, or I don't know, something in English just rolls off of me. It doesn't mean anything. But I know that, I mean, my mother used to be a poet, and she really, was able to express herself in words, and we were kind of trained with poetry when we were children.
In what language?
In Hungarian, of course.
Yeah.
Like, I just remember, on Sunday mornings, we used to, the whole family was in one bed, and we were reciting poetry, like, so those are the kinds of like wonderful feelings that I have. And when we had to really struggle to learn English, because we didn't know one word of English when we went to America. It's a very practical language. It's a very useful language, but it's just not touching my soul. And even, just, I'm not a Yiddish speaker. Shalom was, but I know that when he wanted to express something, he has notebooks in Yiddish, in English, and in Hebrew, and I hope that we'll be able to translate some of those, because they're juicy, like they're
some deep stuff.
Yeah.
Well, so okay, so I think that's probably part of your story. And God gave you that for a reason, and you know, and this is part of it's part of what you're supposed to be working with. And yeah.
Right.
So I'm curious to hear from Hannah, like what is it like for you as to be bilingual and trying to write?
I mean, I'm not, um, for me, it really depends what was the last book I was reading. If I was reading in Russian, I will probably write in Russian. If I was reading or listening to something in English, I'll probably, like if I was speaking to someone in Russian, I'm more likely to write in Russian. Like for me, it's like the last interaction, the last in language interaction that will probably affect. But mostly I do nowadays in English. Like sometimes random phrases come in Russian, but sometimes also random phrases come in German, and then it's like I'm like, brain, what are you doing?
Oh my God, I cannot imagine. Right. So yeah, today for your writing, like if you try that out, see where you feel like your soul is best able to express its higher content. That'll be part of your journey, is figuring out for yourself how's the best way to bring it through.
So Yael likes to
Right. Yeah.
she writes in Hebrew because that's her mama's Russian. By the way, I used to speak Russian also.
Oh my God.
I'm also, English is not my first language. I was born in Hungary. And interesting, I told Judy this story. I got a picture of myself, a photograph with my granddaughter at her wedding.
Yeah.
And I remembered the first reaction was in Hungarian.
Oh my God.
And I was only a baby. I said,
Wow.
Jól néz ki a gyerek. Like, my mother used to call me Gyerek, his little child. So I heard her saying that the little child looks great. Jól néz ki, came, was so.
Yeah, it just came out that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's that was a soulful reaction.
Yeah.
And very deep.
Well, if we really take seriously this Kabbalistic idea that the letters are really deep energetic channels, so language and letters mean a lot when it comes to how we're bringing the higher lights through. And yeah. So do you feel, Hannah, Judy, how do you guys feel about going and finding a dream, and let's work with it kind of like we did last week, and I'll remind us of the structure. How does that feel? Or you can write whatever you want.
Okay.
Write whatever comes out.
All right, let's do that because I don't have a dream.
You don't have a dream.
Judy, I also almost don't remember my
thing.
dreams. I do my daydreams.
Daydreams.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use that.
Yeah, I mean,
so what you could use a daydream. You could create a daydream, or you could just write and see what comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And so just so we remember,
we're sitting next to each other, and you're full of dreams. I mean, whatever, and I'm like,
right.
But actually, I don't remember it. But the night before, when I was in Hebron, so my granddaughter and I were in her room, and I know that I woke up because I was talking in my dreams.
Oh.
And I thought, but I have no idea what I was, I was dreaming. I thought, oh my gosh, she must think that I'm a really weird grandmother. Because I saw her moving when that happened. I thought,
you're dreaming.
Yeah,
you're definitely dreaming.
Yeah, I wish
it's just
I
you're
would
not
remember.
remembering.
I know that there are all kinds of techniques, and I don't know,
Yeah.
to train oneself to remember. I haven't done the homework on it, I guess.
Yeah. Setting an intention before you go to sleep that you're tonight I remember my dreams. Do the bedtime Shema, and then Hashem, tonight I remember my dreams.
Excellent.
Yeah. Okay. Go forth and prosper. Here we go. Oh. So the idea would be to write out whatever your content is, and then particularly if there was a negative element in the dream, then you want to go back in, and number one is is encounter it with a milchama, fighting the negative thing. If you want to go towards the negative material, if you don't want to, you don't have to. But fighting the negative material, calling in the warriors to help you, calling in your dream helpers, and then there was time. There was milchama and then chemla, and then having compassion on that part. Mechila, forgiveness, expressing somehow your forgiveness or asking for forgiveness, somehow forgiveness coming in. Machol is dance, dancing with the figure, being creative with the figure, and then noticing hachlama, which means healing. So how can you envision having a healing in this context? And then achlama, it's a stone. It's like where you're receiving a gift, just like Yaakov received the blessing from the Sar Esav. How at the end do you receive a gift from this engagement with this dream? And maybe another 3 minutes. Okay.
Coming. Oh, we're in the middle of a class, actually.
Okay, is it just women
Judy's
class?
here. Judy's here, but we're
Yeah, it's
we're in
just
the middle of the
women.
class.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry.
I'll come by another time. Hi, it's Eliad.
Who's this?
Eliad, before it called
Oh,
around.
hi. Yes, please come back. I don't know. Come back for 1:30.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
See you. Bye.
Bye. Okay, who wants to start us out? Anybody? How was
Okay.
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. My father's name was Nachman. Was his heritage Breslov? I will never know. He was a hard person, and he was never able to dwell on his feelings or his relationships, which was smashed due to the Holocaust. A very proud person, he would never ask me for anything, but actually he demanded everything. At age 11, he wrote in my autograph book, "Be patient like Hillel, be peace-loving like Aaron, and you will be the best woman of Vilagron."
In the world.
Vilagron, Hungarian, you'll be the best. He wanted me to be the best woman in the world. Okay. At the Shabbat table, he would stand up and go around the table to take the soda water bottle over to his seat. He never said, "Pass me this" or "pass me that." One night, a long time ago, after he was no longer alive, he came to me in a dream. "I am asking you, Judy, please tell Asher Lev that I send him regards." Asher Lev? He was the protagonist in the novel by Chaim Potok. My name is Asher Lev.
Oh my God.
How on earth do I do this? Such an unearthly and beyond request. But I wanted to be obedient. A few months later, I bumped into an old friend from school in Sydney who lives in Yerushalayim. She is a well-known actress whose name is Gabriella Lev. Do you know her? She invited me to her home on Moshav Aminadav. We caught up with each other. One of her sons is Asher Lev.
Ah,
I was introduced to him,
oh my God.
but I was so tongue-tied, I lost its use that day.
Oh.
A week later, sitting in bank discount, in walked Asher Lev.
Ah!
I ran over to him. Asher, can I convey regards to you from Nachman Eichel? The ladder rung representing Kibbutz Av was right there for me to step up to. I may have very often misstepped during his lifetime, but I got the chance thanks to Asher Lev.
What?
Wow.
No. Wait, that's real life. Or that was in the dream.
No, I really.
That was in real life.
I met
Oh my
Asher Lev.
God.
Yeah, my
That's
friend's son,
unbelievable.
Asher Lev.
Ah!
And I went over to
High
him
five.
and I said, "Can I give you regards from?"
How did he react?
I didn't care.
Right.
It wasn't the point.
It wasn't about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
I don't remember. I just remember that I had a chance to
Wow.
fulfill
That's-
such a weird
wow.
request.
Love it.
So
And you
how
got to
could
do
you-
something for your father.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, because he would
incredible.
never say, like, he would walk around to pick this up from there. He would never say, pass me the tea, ever.
That's
I
cool.
wonder if sometime in your life you're going to get why you needed to meet Asher Lev.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I wonder what the character in the book represents to you.
I mean, I don't remember it. I read it so long ago. Nobody reads Chaim Potok anymore, right? He was so,
Yeah.
I don't know. But
It was a Holocaust book, right?
what was it? Was it about something in Brooklyn, and maybe it was about right. But
I could be wrong.
I
That
could
was my
look up the
recollection.
synopsis.
Yeah, look it up.
Yeah.
Look it up. That's doing the dream work, is like trying to understand what are the symbols represent. Like symbols are the main language of the soul. So the more you can understand what the symbol means to you, the more nourished you'll be.
But to me, it was more an opportunity to do kibbutz av.
For sure.
I mean, is that relevant
Yes,
to Asher Lev
absolutely.
was,
I think
though?
that's very.
No,
I mean,
but I'm saying what you're saying. Is that relevant to?
Sarich Iyun, I don't know. Like, yeah,
don't
look into
know.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I love that. Thank you. That's
Thank you.
incredible. And what was the feeling in the dream with dad? I know we need to end, but what was
Beg
the
your
feeling what was the feeling when you saw your dad in the dream?
I never dream of my parents.
Well,
really.
that one dream.
I mean, it was such a long time ago, and I just, wow, this is very strange.
Strange. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Beautiful.
Yeah, but
Judy.
it's interesting that it was so important that when you did meet Asher Lev,
Yeah.
all that you
Yeah.
you experienced with your father, you know,
Yeah.
the feelings and the thoughts, you know, lately, I've been wondering, like, what happens to our feelings and our thoughts, and I know that if we write something, it becomes, you know, it becomes physical, but you know, where do all our thoughts and feelings go, and how does it work in this creation of Hashem's, like
Yeah. So, okay, we have
yeah.
10 minutes.
Okay.
Judy, take 5 of them.
Okay, well, or something like that. I kind of wrote something. Anyway, the myriads of its facets of amethyst throughout history, dancing its shiny purple light, bringing revolutions, wars, turning the world, a wobbling world. Hashem, the king of fascination. How incredibly exciting and enticing you are showing us, leading us, guiding us, pushing us to experience more than the ultimate of our capabilities toward the colors we can't see, the sounds we can't yet hear, the depths of and heights of of pleasure, of oneness. Oh, the road until we'll dissolve into the soul of souls.
Wow,
Woo!
Judy, wow.
King of fascination. Ow!
Yeah, I thought of you because I
Nice.
wrote facets over here that
Nice facets and fascination. Ooh, yeah. Love it.
That's very poetic.
Keep on bringing it. It's a muscle, you know, that the more
Yeah.
you do it, the more you grow in it. Beautiful. Okay. Hi, Hannah. What you got?
So I did, it was like, I did a similar work than I did last time. Because I had a similar daydreams than I had before last time.
Okay.
So it was kind of like continuation. And also like, it's also like with a little bit of a scary, like, let's put it this way, antagonistic part.
Okay.
And I was just dialoguing with it, and I realized I wasn't like last time I was talking to it, but I wasn't I was acknowledging what I did wrong, and we discussed that, but I didn't acknowledge what I did right. Like, it is scary, but it's also, and I said the reason why it was projecting as scary, but it's also very powerful, and I could really use that power in my life.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Like if you could integrate the power,
Yes.
as opposed to just
Yes.
separating it out.
Yes. I'm wondering, maybe that power is Ahlamaz, a stone.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. That's the gift.
gift.
That's the gift that you get is the
Yes.
more empowerment in your life. Yes.
Yes.
Use that.
And yes.
Love it.
And I'm hoping to lead this part, and the part that was carrying towards Mahol, towards dancing together, and that, like, we were discussing how dance takes. It's not only one powerful part and one powerless part. Dance is like an interplay, where
Yeah.
both parts have things to contribute to the dance.
Yes. Beautiful. Love it. Thank you. Okay, thank you, everybody. I'll just say very quickly mine, which is
Yes,
I had a
please.
dream where I was fighting with my daughter, but it was a battle, but we were also playing, and it was like a game, and we were in the dream, like we were supposed to be sort of egging each other on, and that she was growing more strong because of her fighting me. And so I just did all this work of feeling compassion for her and for myself as we were in our struggle. And then Mechila, giving her forgiveness and also giving myself forgiveness, you know, for the challenges that I face with her. And I know that I'm doing my best. And then we had a healing dance that we did together. And it was she put it up on TikTok, and it's able to go out in the whole world and help other mothers and daughters create healing between them. And it became like this viral TikTok dance. And that was the achlama, the gift was that it became a healing modality for other people with their mother-daughter issues. And it was good work. It was good work to do all those levels with it.
I don't understand. Was this the dream?
Amazing.
So the dream was fighting with her.
Oh, I see.
And then all the work that I did on it was, then I went in and took the painful fighting dream and imagined doing all these other
I see.
approaches with her
I see.
and myself.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Doing a
It was
TikTok.
strong. Yeah. TikTok tikkun.
Very 2024.
TikTok tikkun. No, it was just me. This is all just me writing out each of those stages. I feel compassion that my daughter, like just writing it out, like articulating each of those turnarounds.
Love your daughter.
Yeah, we're doing good work. Good work together. Thank God.
Oh, Hashem.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Welcome. Next week is our last week
of the semester.
of the semester and of this class, probably. Thank you. Bye.
You're not doing after? You're not doing next semester?
I just don't know. I just feel like there's not enough people coming to make it worthwhile for the whole. Maybe if we time, then it might be better, but right now, I don't think
Okay,
I'll continue it.
okay, okay.
Yeah, okay, thank you,
Yeah,
bye.
Bye.
I was also wondering if we would change it to a different time.
Yeah,
I don't know, maybe 10 o'clock on a Sunday
right, a
morning,
little too
If-
early.
or
Yeah.
9 o'clock, sorry. Or 10 o'clock.
We do it at
What?
10
Oh,
o'clock.
Okay. I don't know, it's,
Yeah.
I really was thinking, when it would be.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but we gotta continue.
That's what I love
And-
about Judy.
No,
keeps
really,
going.
Right.
this is invaluable,
Right.
and really,
Judy, you are one of a kind. Like your Sonia Villagon.
Hi, how are you?
Louise, that was the message, that there was no poetry for 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks, yeah, but I've been back for 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
See you.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Bye. Love you guys.
Bye-bye.
Okay, here, Charles.
I love
Thank
you.
you.
You're doing work. I hope it wasn't too.
Thank you.
awkward.
That was such an amazing. Oh my gosh, Sarah. We just come back from Abbott's Space.
It's an amazing class. I started teaching on Monday mornings. I don't, today I'm off. It happens I'm off, but usually, or whatever it is, Sunday mornings.
so we'll talk about it.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Oh my,
She
I
is
can't even
amazing.
begin to tell you. But do you have Facebook? She put it on Facebook.
Oh, really?
You have to view it. It's so beyond.
I would love to.
Last week was, nice to see you.
Hi.
Hug?
Hug.
Hug. Okay. I was told by Amy Schwartz that it has to be like this because then it's
Yes.
heart to heart.
I told her that.
Oh, you told her that? It made its way to me.
We made it wait. I'm very happy it did. And I didn't get to stop at the bank to have cash. I'll pay next time, but I used a credit card to bring you a present
Oh, wow.
to share or whatever, but
Wow, okay, thank
they're
you.
the ones that you said you like from the night flash.
Oh, wow.